Hey guys, thanks for joining me again, and this is the Firearms Maintenance Series 4 of 4, and this is the final series. Let me tell you, I've had a great time doing this series. There was a lot of learning, um, in tandem with my blogs and stuff like that. I hope you guys tuned in and, read the blogs. So here we are, we have my Glock 19, and we just rendered it safe. Alright, you can see that the round was removed and the magazine was removed. It's always safety first when you are handling firearms, okay? Always point the gun in a safe direction, finger off the trigger, and no ammo in the firearm until you're ready to shoot. Alright, so I'm gonna do everything from beginning to end, alright? So you have nothing to worry about, so just follow along with me. If you have a Glock 19, great. So here I just actioned the slide, pulled the trigger, brought my hand over the top, and then pulled down the lever, and then proceeded to break down the firearm. You can go to the first video or the second video to check that out. So you've seen that I have the 4 main parts, and now I'm introducing all the tools that I'm going to be using. So you have the BT101 kit, and I'm removing the oil and the solvent. Then on the right side of the screen, you'll see that I have the Universal Boss kit. Alright, so we won't be using the grease today. It's not necessary. The oil and the solvent will suffice just fine. The grease would probably be used for the rifle. Alright, so here I'm spraying the solvent on the 4 parts, actually 3 parts, because I'm not going to spray the spring. The spring is pretty clean. One thing to note, that I just sprayed the solvent in the barrel, inside the barrel. Alright, so here you wait 1 minute for the military solvent to take its course on that grit, and then you take that brush and you start scrubbing vigorously. No need to scrub that hard though. Initially I was scrubbing hard, but there's no need to scrub that hard because the solvent does all the work for you. I had to tell you, it was even distribution, so there was no waste, no weird smell to it, and let me tell you, I am so excited. This to close this series out in this manner is very exciting to me, because this product works. Alright, and I'll explain to you why I say it works. And let me tell you, all the hype, it ain't hype, man. This product is some good stuff. Alright, so now I'm using the cloth that was included with the Breakthrough 101 kit, BT 101 kit, and you can see all that dirt coming off. I like that it's a vibrant green, because you can actually see the amount of dirt coming off of there, okay? And it is just coming off in the masses. Alright, so just make sure when you're cleaning, you get into all those nooks and crannies, and you try to get the firearm as clean as possible, because it's not a simple task sometimes, especially if you have multiple firearms. Okay, so just realize when you are doing this task, just do the best you can to get it spotless, clean, and functional, especially your everyday carry firearm. And this Glock 19 is my everyday carry firearm, so I am doing the best I can, as you can see, to get into all those spots that I feel that might have a lot of dirt, oil, grease, lead, powder in them. So you can see I'm just using the corner of the rag to get into those crevices and stuff like that, to wipe it off, because I did use the small end of the brush to get into those little spaces. Alright, so now it's time to remove it, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm wiping the frame down so you can see how much dirt came off of it. Alright, so now we're going to focus on the spring, and you can see that I'm wiping the spring down. I didn't spray the spring with the solvent, there was no need to. The spring is relatively clean, and it's just an issue getting in there and getting all the solvent off, and oiling it and stuff like that, and there was no need for that. So as you can see, it was pretty clean. So now we're going over to the barrel, and something that I'm going to point out in a few seconds after you see me wipe down, like, and get the grit off. I'm working around the chamber area, the lug area as well, locking lug area. Alright, if you notice that the only oil you see on that barrel right now are my fingerprints. That barrel is bone dry. That solvent works excellent, guys. Okay, so now we got the Universal Boss Kit, Avid Universal Boss Kit. So now I chose a brush, metallic brush, to get in there. That's the 9mm brush, and I'm just running it through. Remember, in the beginning I did spray the solvent down the barrel, so now I'm just running that cable through just to break up all that grit. Same thing with the toothbrush looking thing. There's a technical term for it, but we'll just call it the toothbrush. Alright, so we ran the metallic brush through the barrel. So now I'm running some patches through. I sprayed it just a little bit just to be able to help it glide through and grip and still break up some of that stuff that might be in there. And you can see it's not that much stuff in there. I do shoot clean ammo most of the time. The price of ammo went down, so I don't really shoot the Russian stuff if I don't have to. That tends to be a little bit more dirty. Alright, so there we have it. We have a clean barrel. So now what we're going to do is we're going to oil those parts. But before I explain more on that, going back to the barrel, you keep running those patches through until they come out clean. And as you can see, it just took 3 patches for me to run it through. Alright, so here, going back to the oil, I had a little bit of difficulty putting the oil. This is my first time using the kit. I did open it, but I have never used this product before, so this is a first time experience for me. Alright, so there you can see I removed the little seal that was there, and now we're going to proceed to oil the frame parts of the gun. Alright, so now the concept with putting the oil on the firearm or oiling your firearm is that you're gonna put, and you want to use a little bit of oil. You don't want to douse it in oil, okay, because then you have some safety issues that might happen when it comes to your ammunition. Okay, so the concept is any parts that cause friction and wear, that's where you want to put the oil. If you are a new firearms owner, sometimes it comes from the manufacturer. It looks like there's some rust on the part. That's actually graphite oil, and it lasts for at least 500 rounds. So you can actually see where you're supposed to be putting the oil onto the firearm. Okay, so here I am. I'm actually going to start using the patch, and I'm going to run that patch through the barrel. I added oil to it because remember, we used that solvent and that bullet needs to travel through there flawlessly. Okay, so now we're going to put that firearm back together, and just to make note, you'll see some wear on some of the on the barrel and the slide, and I did put a little oil there, but you'll see when I put everything back in place on the top of that barrel, you'll see like a little bit of wear, and those are the things that you are looking for on your firearm, to add just a little bit of oil so they move flawlessly. The less friction, the better. Alright, so you also probably saw fingerprints on there because that firearm is bone dry. So now I'm going to add a little thin layer of oil onto that, the outside of the slide and the frame, and bring it back to life, because I tell you that solvent takes every drop of oil, grease, whatever you have on there off. Alright, so there you have it. Mr. Glock is very happy and clean and ready to go. Alright, so you can see everything came back to life. And adding that oil on the outside of that firearm, a thin layer, anything that comes in contact with it, humidity, dirt, grease, oil, whatever it is, the sweat from your body, if you carry on your body, it's going to be protected and stop that rust. So you can see I did some safety checks and everything's all good, and I got the BT 101 oil and solvent, and I gave it the 2 thumbs up. If I had 700 thumbs, I give it 700 thumbs up, guys. So get out there. If you have any problems, contact me, and thanks for watching. Until next time, I enjoyed this series. Talk to you later. Bye.